This is News Today with Disneyland News Today. I'm Arlo of WWNT.com. Please like this video, subscribe, and hit the notifications bell to make sure you never miss the latest from the Disney theme parks all around the world. Here now is the news for May 30th, 2025. Since the original media preview performance of the Paint the Night electrical parade at Disneyland Park, one group of performers has gone missing and been replaced with a group from a different section. Paint the Night, which premiered at Disneyland Park in 2015 for the resort's 60th anniversary, briefly returned for a short stints in 2016 and 2018, and now, of course, is back by popular demand for the park's 70th anniversary celebration, which kicked off on May 16th, 2025. The parade largely ran as expected during the media preview of the Disneyland 70th entertainment, but one section has been changed. According to cast members, the group known as the Court Dancers has been temporarily removed from the parade, possibly due to some costuming issues. The court dancers wore large white and green dresses that resembled ball gowns. They would walk in the space in between the end of the Toy Story Electric Rodeo unit and the beginning of the Candlelight Dreams Princess unit. For a few days following the change, this section of the parade was left empty, but following the end of the Toy Story Electric Rodeo unit, there were no performers until the large Candlelight Dreams float with Belle on the front. To fill the empty space, the 6 Dove-themed performers who previously walked alongside the extended float with the Disney princesses have now been moved into the Royal Court Performer Gap. The Dove performers are wearing the same costumes with short tulle skirts and wide feathered wings lit with blue sparkling lights. For comparison, here we have a side-by-side image showing the Royal Court performers who used to be in the parade in the Candlelight Dreams float, and then the new Dove, well, not new, but the moved around Dove performers as the replacement. There is no official word on when the court dancers are expected to return, though rumors may suggest it may be more than a few weeks. Paint the Night will be performed daily at 8:45 p.m. and 10:45 p.m. through the rest of the Disneyland 70th anniversary celebration. Though some of the added entertainment offerings will temporarily pause for the Halloween and Christmas holidays, Paint the Night will not and will presumably be performed through the end of the year. If you want to see more of Paint the Night, we have videos that show the parade with the court dancers back in 2016 and 2018, and the new version without them. This is a kind of a sad, very upsetting change to me. Just those court dancers are some of the most beautiful costumes in the entire parade. They have these big candelabra-like headpieces. It really looks like kind of like a masquerade from Phantom of the Opera. That's what I always used to call it as a kid. As much as I love the Doves, they're not really in the same art style as the front of the float. They very much are designed to be at the back with the trail, and with the trail of the chandeliers, so it does look a little weird to have them up front. Yeah, it's just kind of a weird change. Hopefully Disney will get this sorted out pretty soon and get the court dancers back, because it definitely looks very different without them. The Savannah Bananas and fellow Banana Ball team, the Firefighters, held a special dance performance in front of Sleeping Beauty Castle at Disneyland. The dance performance was at 11 a.m. on May 28th before a Savannah Bananas cavalcade at 12:30 p.m., which we'll talk about in a minute. The Savannah Bananas exited Sleeping Beauty Castle to the Disneyland 70th celebration theme song Celebrate Happy by the Jonas Brothers. An announcer introduced them one group at a time as the pitchers, outfielders, infielders, coaches, and entertainers. One such entertainer was on stilts. Jesse Cole, the owner of the Savannah Bananas and the creator of the Banana Ball sport, then arrived with Mickey and friends. He introduced the Firefighters as they all launch into a dance to the DJ Otzi cover of Hey Baby by Bruce Chanel. Cole then gave a speech about how Walt Disney inspired Banana Ball and what a dream come true it was to dance at Disneyland. The teams then took a group photo and walked through the crowd saying hello and giving high fives to fans. Watch our video of the Savannah Bananas and Firefighters dance performance right here on our YouTube channel. The appearance comes before the Savannah Bananas vs. Firefighters road game at Angel Stadium on May 30th and 31st. Following the dance show, the Savannah Bananas took to Main Street, USA for a special cavalcade in their honor on May 28th, 2025. The Savannah Bananas are one of 5 teams in the Banana Ball Championship League. Banana Ball is a variation of baseball that focuses on exhibition and entertainment. The games are limited to 2 hours long, and the players participate in dance routines, comedy sketches, and other gags during the game. The mascot, a large banana named Split, got to ride on the jitney in the cavalcade. This was a very, very interesting whole situation. The Savannah Bananas also use their games and notoriety to support their nonprofit, Bananas Foster, which is dedicated to celebrating and supporting foster families. That is a brilliant name. Brilliant charity name. Anyway, providing resources to those looking to become foster families and more. It's really wonderful. The Firefighters were also in the cavalcade. The teams will face off on May 30th and 31st at Angel Stadium. Watch our video of the Savannah Bananas Cavalcade as well as the dance show right here on our YouTube channel. Pixar Pals Playtime Party has taken over the Fantasyland Theater in Disneyland Park once again. The offering debuted for Pixar Fest last year. Themed signs point guests in Fantasyland to the party and nearby restrooms. The theater is open all day with photo ops and meet and greets, but the dance party happens at set times 12 p.m., 1:30 p.m., 3 p.m., and 4:30 p.m. There is a small merchandise kiosk between the theater entrances. A large illuminated Pixar logo is at the top wall of the theater, welcoming guests to the party. In a nearby flower bed is the Casey Jr. Cookies car and a giant partially eaten watermelon representing A Bug's Life. Last year, these were down on the front floor in front of the stage, although they were moved midway through the season to this position. The proscenium is decorated with colorful scrims and the Luxo Jr. lamp. All of the photo ops remain the same as last year. The only real difference this year is that there is no longer a Pixar Fest graphic on the ground. Instead, the floor has a large generic diamond pattern. Many different Pixar characters can be seen meeting around the area throughout the day. The stage is blocked off by ropes and cast members stationed at the stairs. When a show isn't happening, the on-stage screens display various Pixar Pals Playtime Party graphics. This includes like Luxo, balls, like there's a couple interesting things. Watch the video of Pixar Pals Playtime Party from last year right here on our YouTube channel. This is kind of disappointing. For Pixar Fest, it was, I'm not gonna say it was the best idea to have this there, but I definitely understood it. I was really pulling for there to be a special 70th anniversary stage show for the anniversary. Obviously, there's not much more. Pixar Pals Playtime Party to replace Tale of the Lion King, which was the first stage show after COVID, which of course replaced previously Mickey and the Magical Map. Both are wonderful shows. You can watch them here on our YouTube channel, and there's already a couple different dance parties around the parks for this. There's the one in Tomorrowland. There's the Stitch's Interplanetary Beach Party Bash, is I think what it's called. And it's a little weird to have this here since that was kind of designed to replace the Tomorrowland one. And it is a theater space. I don't understand why they don't want to put a theater show in it. It's like the performance that there is not what you would expect from a stage show. It is very much just a little bit of dancing, a little bit of audience participation, some characters come out, and that's kind of it. I really hope that in the next couple of months, or at least in the next year or so, they put a real stage show back here, because it's really disappointing to just see that space just kind of sit there with just temporary offerings going in like seasonally. So yeah, really hope that Disney puts a stage show together a little later this year, because that's what that space is designed for, and it really deserves it. Anyway, I'll move on now. Some of the construction walls at Pixie Hollow in Disneyland have shifted, the first sign of refurbishment work in the area since this year began. Pixie Hollow closed for refurbishment, and construction walls went up around the area in September of last year. A few months later in November, the walls shifted to make space for a Christmas Fantasy Parade viewing. And then just kind of sat there for a while. The refurbished Pixie Hollow Pond was revealed a little while after that, but since the start of 2025, there has been no visible work. Construction walls now block off a small path in the area next to Pixie Hollow. There is also a scrim and fencing around running through the nearby flower beds and scenery. Over the walls and fences, we can see some of the oversized blades of grass that encompass Pixie Hollow. There's not much visible, however. The construction walls completely block off this sidewalk, which runs parallel to the parade route. There are still construction walls and scrim around the Pixie Hollow entrance and exit. The Tinkerbell meet and greet remains closed with no announced reopening date, but clearly this is the first sign of work in a while, so hopefully it means they're moving ahead and we'll get a reopening date soon. The Main Street vehicles of Disneyland Park have now been decorated with bunting in the main colors of the 70th anniversary celebration. The fire engine has bunting hanging from its back. The decoration is vibrant blue, pink, yellow, and purple, the same color scheme used in other 70th anniversary decorations, merchandise, and character costumes. The yellow jitney has bunting on its side. The Main Street vehicles have been running since the park's opening on July 17th, 1955, although those opening day vehicles were all horse-drawn. Horseless vehicles debuted in 1956. Speaking of horse-drawn, the trolley has bunting on the back as well as themed flowers on the sides. It's very pretty. The bundles of flowers are on the tops of the trolley's vertical railings at the ends of the benches. They include flowers in the 70th anniversary color scheme. The omnibus has bunting hanging from its second level. The Main Street vehicles stop in Town Square near City Hall and in the hub in front of Sleeping Beauty Castle. They are available from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. most days, but operations are subject to change due to weather, entertainment, and other factors. Disneyland 70th Entertainment includes a new character cavalcade with Duffy and Shelley May, the return of the very popular Wondrous Journeys Nighttime Spectacular, and the long-awaited return of the Paint the Night Parade. Also, a Walt Disney Audio Animatronic show will open on July 17th. The celebration as a whole will run through the summer of 2026. The original Tangaroa tree, located just outside of Walt Disney's Enchanted Tiki Room in Disneyland Park, has been rebuilt, and the nearly complete tree is now visible again above the construction walls. The Tangaroa tree first appeared in 1963, which is when the Enchanted Tiki Room first opened to guests. The tree was originally voiced by Thurl Ravenscroft, who was also known for voicing Fritz in the Enchanted Tiki Room, one of the singing busts in the Haunted Mansion as well, and several other Disney animated characters. When it first arrived, parts of the Tangaroa tree's face would move as it talked and told stories matching the theme of Adventureland. It also had a special effect called the New Life Fall that involved the flowers on the tree's branches blooming. The blooming effect stopped functioning at least since 2020, when the parks closed for COVID. As we first reported last month, Disneyland Park announced that the Tangaroa tree would be completely disassembled and rebuilt as part of the wider refurbishment of the Enchanted Tiki Room. The tree was scanned at a high resolution, so Disney was able to rebuild the tree closely to the original as possible. Shortly after the announcement, this side of the Enchanted Tiki Room was wrapped in green construction scrims. The branches of the Tangaroa tree disappeared for a while as the original tree was disassembled. The upper tree branches are now visible again as the reassembled tree takes shape. Like the original tree, the branches are brown and leafless with several hanging flowers in pink and purple. When viewed from the front, the upper half of Tangaroa's tree's face is also visible above the scrims. As Disney stated, the rebuilt tree appears to be identical to the original so far. However, our reporter, or me in this case, did note that the rebuilt branches do appear to be a bit taller than the original. The Enchanted Tiki Room's refurbishment is likely part of a wider project to address several classic Disneyland attractions during the park's 70th anniversary celebrations. It's a Small World recently reopened from a similar refurbishment project that involved adding new dolls from Coco. Walt Disney's Enchanted Tiki Room closed on April 28, 2025, and is expected to reopen sometime over this summer, though no exact date has been posted yet. It is assumed that the rebuilt Tangaroa tree will debut at the same time. Meanwhile, the Disneyland 70th celebration kicked off earlier this month and will run through the summer of 2026. Chip 'n Dale's Gadget Coaster is now closed for refurbishment in Mickey's Toontown at Disneyland Park. Chip 'n Dale's Gadget Coaster is located in the back of Mickey's Toontown between Mickey's house and Donald's Duck Pond. Formerly known as the Gadget Go Coaster, the re-themed attraction opened alongside the reimagined Mickey's Toontown in 2023. Construction walls are now standing around the entrance to the roller coaster as it has been closed for refurbishment. Green scrims and scaffolding can now be seen near the attraction for what is expected to be a brief refurbishment that includes general maintenance, paint, and some updates. Additional fencing-style construction walls are placed along the exterior of the ride and its nearby queue. No times are listed on the Disneyland website for the attraction through Friday, June 13th, 2025, which is likely when the ride will reopen. Chip 'n Dale's Gadget Coaster is inspired by the Disney animated series Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers. The series involves Chip, Dale, and a team of crime fighters helping to solve mysteries. The attraction is described by Disney as a one-of-a-kind, fun-sized coaster created by Gadget Hack Wrench, Toontown's favorite tinkerer, for the town's tiniest citizens. You can check out our full video of the ride on our YouTube channel. The Matterhorn Bobsleds attraction is also currently closed for a lengthy refurbishment in Disneyland Park. These closures come from similar month-long refurbishments for It's a Small World, and other classic attractions are expected to go down for refurbishments over the next couple months. Market House is the Starbucks location on Main Street, USA at Disneyland Park, and in honor of Memorial Day for 2025, cast members has set up a Missing Man table tribute to fallen soldiers inside the location. A small table with a white tablecloth and white chairs sit behind stanchions inside of the Market House. Each item atop the table has a particular meaning, according to the War Memorial Center. The Missing Man table, sometimes referred to as the Fallen Comrade table, is meant to remind viewers of fallen, missing, or imprisoned U.S. military service members. A framed sign on the table provides a bit more historical context. Each item on the Missing Man table represents the emotions and feelings reserved for those who did not come home. Some of those items and their symbolism are laid out in the same framed list. The symbolic elements include the following. A slice of lemon on the bread plate reminds us of the bitter fate of those who will never return. A pinch of salt symbolizes the tears endured by those who have sacrificed it all. An inverted glass is a symbol of those who cannot toast with us at this time. The chair is empty, representing the seat that remains unclaimed at the table. Along with the symbolism of each item, the location made the following statement. On this Memorial Day, this table is reserved to honor the brave and selfless American military members who have perished on the battlefield, those who were taken prisoner on foreign soil and have not been returned to us. and those who went missing and have not yet found their way back home. Disneyland Resort has previously honored the day with tables at Tiana's Palace and the Blue Bayou restaurant. Disney has also surprised 100 sailors and Marines in port for Los Angeles Fleet Week with a trip to Disneyland. The sailors and Marines marched down Main Street, USA and participated in a special flag retreat ceremony before enjoying the park on their own. Memorial Day is observed on the last Monday of May every single year. This program is brought to you by our official travel agent sponsor, Be Our Guest Vacations. Your dream vacation begins with Be Our Guest Vacations and their concierge team of expert vacation planners. Head over to beourguestvacation.com/WWNT and let their team design your next magical vacation. From Disney World and Disneyland to the Disney Cruise Line to Adventures by Disney and more. And the best part is their concierge services are 100% free! So book today. Thanks, Grant. The first items from this year's Disney Pride collection have arrived at Disneyland Resort ahead of Pride Month in June. We found the collection in the Emporium at Disneyland Park for Disney Pride 2025. Disney Pride 2025 red shirts have been a signature look for the LGBTQIA+ community, and specifically those Disney fans, for decades. The first known Gay Days, an unofficial Disney Park gathering, was held in 1991 at Walt Disney World. First Gay Days at Disneyland was held in 1998. LGBTQIA+ individuals continue to wear red shirts to Walt Disney World on a weekend in June and Disneyland Resort in September. As possibly a bit of an homage, a red t-shirt is one of these items available for sale this year, and many other items such as the Spirit jersey also have primarily a red color scheme. We're not going to go into all of the pieces and prices and their descriptions on this show, just because there's a lot of them. It would take a very long time. But they're all available on the website. The new line includes a Spirit jersey, a water bottle, blanket, pullover, baseball cap, and also the single cutest Stitch plush I have ever seen in my life. He's just got this really cute little hoodie, and it's all rainbow, and it's very, very gay and very cute, which are two things I'm very passionate about. So anyway, moving on. This line of merchandise arrives just a few weeks before Disneyland After Dark Pride Night 2025, which will take place on June 16th and 18th. Tickets to the event are still available as of the making of this video. More of the Disneyland Pride 2025 collection is expected to be released over the next few weeks. Versions of this merchandise will also be available at Walt Disney World, where some of the items have already been released. The lobby of the animation building in Disney California Adventure has an updated audio and visual loop featuring newer movies like Moana, Soul, and Coco. The animation building is home to the Animation Academy, Sorcerer's Workshop, or at least what's left of it at this point, Turtle Talk with Crush, and the Anna Elsa Meet and Greet. While guests wait to enter these experiences, they can enjoy music, video, and concept art from various animated films on giant screens in the lobby. The multimedia presentation has not been updated since 2014 when Frozen was added to the loop, but now they've added more recent films, including Moana, Soul, Zootopia, The Princess and the Frog, Encanto, and Coco. The newer films join classic animated movies like Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, Cinderella, Toy Story, and Lilo and Stitch. The audio and video give guests a unique look into the process of designing an animated film, the perfect precursor to their animation experience. The artwork isn't all stagnant either. The Coco concept art, for example, is initially displayed in black and white before switching to color. Guests hear famous songs from each film as their artwork is displayed, like Down in New Orleans during the Princess and the Frog segment. Disney has shared the first look at multiple new photo ops specifically for Magic Key holders as part of the Disneyland 70th Anniversary Celebration event. The first images were shared on the Disneyland Magic Key Instagram account via Instagram Reel. As a special benefit for Magic Key holders during the Disneyland 70th celebration, guests can visit the Hyperion Theater Courtyard in Disney California Adventure for themed photo ops, a special photo booth, and a souvenir Paint the Night Parade poster. The first image shows a photo op themed to Pirates of the Caribbean. The location is specifically designed to look like the jail scene, with guests standing behind the metal bars and calling out to the dog holding the keys. A second themed photo op, also previewed by Disney, is themed to Alice in Wonderland. The photo spot has guests stand behind a cutout of a pink and yellow teacup as they appear to float down the rabbit hole towards Wonderland. Also placed in the Hyperion Theater Courtyard will be a special themed photo booth with complimentary prints. The booth appears to be a standard size and color, but the front screen has the Magic Key logo on it. Mickey and Minnie are pictured in their 70th anniversary costumes, below text saying, "We're so glad you're here, Magic Key holder." One final photo op previewed in the post is a flat wall with colored bricks in red, yellow, and blue. However, the text for this section mentions fun props such as the Celebrate Happy logo seen in the center. Celebrate Happy is the official tagline for the anniversary and also the name of the 70th anniversary's theme song, which is performed by the Jonas Brothers. Finally, the post concluded with another look at the new Paint the Night Parade poster. Magic Key holders can pick up their complimentary poster for free while supplies last at the same pickup location. Magic Key holders can also grab a free Mickey Premium ice cream bar during this time. The Magic Key holder events, including both the photo ops and free souvenir poster, will run from May 27th to June 2nd, 2025. The times include Monday to Friday, 3:30 p.m. to 8 p.m., and Saturday and Sunday from 11 p.m. to 4 p.m. In order to participate in this event, Magic Key holders must have a current Park Pass reservation and join a virtual queue in the Disneyland app. Guests with either a Disney California Adventure or Disneyland Park reservation will have the opportunity to join the 7 a.m. virtual queue. There is a limit of 1 virtual queue entry and 1 poster per key holder. Disneyland Resort is celebrating its 70th anniversary from May 16th through the summer of 2026. Other Magic Key holder benefits include some exclusive 70th anniversary celebration merchandise, such as the Magic Key insulated cooler bag. New vintage-style posters have been installed in Hyperion Courtyard at Disney California Adventure for the Disneyland 70th anniversary celebration. The posters resemble old advertisements for the Disney Studios, parks, and entertainment. This poster features a photo of the old Walt Disney Studios building at 2719 Hyperion. Retro sans serif text reads, "Premiering the brand new home of Walt Disney Studios." The photo includes the classic Mickey Mouse billboard with a cartoon star above Mickey's hand. Disney operated out of the Hyperion studio from 1926 to 1940, at which time they moved the studio to Burbank. The poster is inspired by Disney California Adventure, featuring the park's green and white entrance structures against an orange sky. Disney California Adventure is in big white and yellow lettering across the top. A black stripe across the bottom reads, "Located just steps from the Magic Kingdom of Disneyland." In the lower left corner is a circular black sticker with a gold border. It depicts the Carthay Circle Theater facade in the center of Disney California Adventure and reads, "A celebration of the Walt Disney Company. 2 brothers arrived in Hollywood with a dream that would change the world forever." A colorful poster calls for guests to visit Pixar Pier. The Incredicoaster is pictured with cartoon riders. Monochrome images of other Pixar Pier offerings are along the bottom, including the Pixar Pal-Around, Jesse's Critter Carousel, Adorable Snowman Frosted Treats, Inside Out Emotional Whirlwind, Toy Story Midway Mania, and Lamplight Lounge. The motto at the bottom, "Fun in the Sun for Everyone," is the original Paradise Pier motto from the opening of Disney's California Adventure in 2001. Paradise Pier was ultimately turned into Pixar Pier, unfortunately, but that's a story for another time. The 4th poster celebrates the World of Color Nighttime Spectacular. Pink and orange fountains of water are set against light blue streaks against a dark blue background. The poster has a golden Art Deco border. Walt Disney's Wonderful World of Color is written in the center over a subtle image of Mickey's sorcerer hat. This is actually a fun little reference. The hat was originally supposed to be featured in World of Color as a barge, but was scrapped prior to the show's debut, but the concept ended up being reused for Fantasmic, which opened at Tokyo Disney Sea in 2011 and ran until 2020, so it's a very sweet little homage in the show. Obviously, the Sorcerer Hat did end up making an appearance in World of Color towards the finale. It's like a little bit, but it's not the barge, it's a fountain effect, but very sweet little reference that they put this in here. Other Disneyland 70th anniversary decorations include a special medallion and flags on Sleeping Beauty Castle, a castle-inspired structure between the parks and the Esplanade, banners, and signs. A new Esplanade music loop also debuted, which we will talk about in a little bit, actually. But Disney also introduced the new Key to Disneyland interactive experience during this time, and there's a bunch of new and returning entertainment. A fresh new music loop has debuted at the Esplanade between Disneyland Park and Disney California Adventure Park as part of their festive decor for the 70th anniversary celebration. Disneyland is officially celebrating its 70th anniversary this summer with new and returning entertainment offerings, special attraction overlays, and themed decorations. In addition to the visible decor, the resort also added a new music loop to the Esplanade that also houses the new castle structure. There have actually been a total of 2 music loops that debuted in the Esplanade since the beginning of the anniversary. The first loop, which arrived at the beginning of the celebration on May 16th, featured classic Disney songs played in the style of a music box. This list included When You Wish Upon a Star, Under the Sea, Once Upon a Dream, and more. However, this loop was not widely adored by guests. This loop was also considered on the shorter side and ran for just approximately half an hour. Generally, a lot of these loops run 90 minutes or more, so it was definitely one you'd hear a lot because it would repeat a lot. But just a few weeks following the debut of the new music box loop, it has already been replaced with a new main music loop during the day. The controversial music box loop still plays at the end of the night. I like it. I think it's sweet. It's kind of like a Kiss Goodnight because it's already kind of a lullaby is what a lot of people were saying. So it's nice that it still plays towards the end of the night. So you get like a little bit of a more mellow walk back to wherever you're going, whether that be your car or your hotel or, yeah, anyway. Disney has not confirmed whether the change is due to the guest reaction towards the initial loop or if it was periodically changing. The Esplanade music loop will be an ongoing part of the celebration. The new loop is over 2 hours long, which is very uncommon for Disney music loops, especially ones at the entrance to the parks. And because of that, we're not going to go into the list of every single song featured in the loop here on this show. The full list is available on the website. I was sitting in the Esplanade to report on this, and I think the final number was like 53 songs or something like that. It's very long, but it's much appreciated. It's a very nice mix. But some of the highlights on the playlist include Celebrate Happy, which is the theme of the 70th, written by the Jonas Brothers. Better Together, the main underliner soundtrack for Better Together, a Pixar Pals celebration parade at California Adventure. The Bear Band Serenade from Disneyland's defunct Country Bear Jamboree. Step Into the Magic, the 60th anniversary celebration theme song, and the main theme to the popular fireworks show, also from the 60th, Disneyland Forever. Although this is kind of a weird version. It's an unreleased demo of the song that was never actually played in the park, which is very, very cool that they put that in the loop. Also, Miracles from Molecules from the legendary Extinct Adventures Through Inner Space attraction in Tomorrowland, which was written by the Sherman Brothers. Magic Happens by Todrick Hall, the theme to the Magic Happens parade, which is weirdly absent from the park right now, even though it's still very new and extremely popular. The intro to the Main Street Electrical Parade, which is very, very nice to hear, specifically the classic version from the 70s to the 90s. The Dick Dale version, the surf rock version of the Space Mountain soundtrack. Phantasmic Exit music's in there. It's Wondrous from Wondrous Journeys, and many, many more. It's a really nice steady mix of park songs and things from movies, and it's really a wonderful little musical tribute to the resort. I like it very much. I'm very happy with what they did with it. Several of these songs, including the event's official theme song, Celebrate Happy, performed by the Jonas Brothers, are part of the official Disneyland Resort 70th Celebration album. The album is now available on most online music streaming services. You can also listen to Celebrate Happy in a video posted by the Jonas Brothers. The Anaheim City Council will decide this week on how to use the first $15 million Disney gave them for the affordable housing as part of the DisneylandForward project. According to the Orange County Register, the council will discuss the plan at a meeting on Thursday, May 29th. The plan currently before the council is to provide money to help build affordable units, provide loan assistance to home buyers in the city, and provide funding for low-income families at risk of eviction. DisneylandForward is an expansion plan for the Disneyland Resort approved by Anaheim last spring. As part of the plan, Disney committed $30 million to go towards the affordable housing. They will provide the first $15 million this year and the second $15 million in 5 years. In addition to the money from Disney, Anaheim will receive $1 million from a federal grant. City staff will present the affordable housing plan at Thursday's meeting. The proposal asks for $9.5 million of the $16 million to go towards the Build More Homes initiative, which, straightforwardly, is for building more affordable housing units. Officials estimate that this could support the creation of 250 to 300 units. The proposal's loan assistance program could offer a 30-year silent second mortgage of $50,000 with a 3% interest rate, which would allow borrowers to not make payments until they sell, refinance, or pay off their home. A requirement would be a household income that does not exceed 150% of the median income for the county. The last $1 million would be to help residents at risk of eviction with one-time grants up to $5,000 or 2 months' rent, whichever is lower. To households making under 50% of the median income, Anaheim's Housing and Community Development Commission has already unanimously approved the plan for funding. The City Council meeting will be at 5 p.m. on Thursday at 200 South Anaheim Boulevard. Disney has also promised $10 million for sewer improvements along Catella Avenue and $8 million for Anaheim City parks within the first year. The company committed to spending between $1.9 billion and $2.5 billion on Disneyland Resort over a decade. Plans in the works include the expansion to Avengers Campus, including the new attractions Avengers Infinity Defense and Stark Flight Lab, and a new Avatar Land, both at Disney California Adventure. Disney is also funding an affordable housing project in Florida, which was approved by Orange County commissioners last fall. For the absolute latest on these stories and all those that didn't make it into today's show, be sure to check out WDWNT.com and follow us on all your favorite social media platforms. You can support the entire team behind this show and others by joining the WDWNT Inner Globe Society at patreon.com/WDWNT. Get access to exclusive content, discounted show and event tickets, and more. A special shout out to all those WIGS members who make this show happen every week. For the worldwide leader in Disney Parks news, this is Arlo saying enjoy the rest of your today and have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow.